Cook Burgess. It's not just property, it's personal.
Hi guys, Paul here from Cook Burgess, and in this short video I'm going to share with you how we manage the keys to all our properties. Get this right and it will run like clockwork, but if you get it wrong it can cost you an awful lot of wasted time and effort and a lot of frustration. We've probably all seen it, whether you do it yourself or you've been to view a property and the landlord pulls out a massive carrier bag full of keys. Probably the keys to the whole of his portfolio. Some are labelled, some aren't labelled, and as you stand at the door to the property waiting to get in, as he tries the fifth key in a row not to work, you realise there must be a better way than this. Well, fortunately, there is a better way. If you deal with HMOs, as we do, there's no getting away from the fact that you're going to be dealing with a large number of locks, as all the bedrooms have locks, as does the front door, the back door, the cellar, garage, etc. Within less than a year of starting to invest in HMOs, we at Cook Burgess had over 100 locks in our portfolio. So first of all, I thought I'd tell you about the different kinds of locks. First of all, there's the Yale type lock, which is a cheap lock where tenants can quite easily lock themselves out. There's also the Euro lock barrel type with a thumb turn on the inside of the lock. This way the tenant can't lock themselves out if the door closes behind them. There's also key code locks, both digital and mechanical, where there's no need for keys. You just give the tenant a code, they enter the code into the door and it opens. There's also normal key systems versus the master key system. A master key is a series of locks that have individual keys. However, the set of locks comes with one master key that will open all of those locks. This way the landlord only needs to keep one key for all of the doors in their property. These locks can be expensive though, running into hundreds of pounds, and also if you lose your master key, the security of your whole portfolio could be compromised. At Cook Burgess we use a normal key system, but we've added some extra systems to take care of possible inconveniences. The benefits of using a normal lock system is that it's cheap. This is especially important if you're doing rent to rent, as you don't want to change 5 to 10 locks in a property to a master key system at a cost of hundreds of pounds and a big hit on your ROI when you're going to be giving this property back to the landlord in 3 to 5 years. So this is what we do. We keep all the locks as they are, and we use key safes. Key safes are little solid secure boxes that you screw on to a solid object, and a little door can be opened using a 4-digit code. The code can then be set to any 4 digits you want and can be changed or updated at any time. These key safes are available from Screwfix in 2 sizes. There's a 5 key box at £8.33 plus VAT and an 8 key box for £16.66 plus VAT. We site the 5 key box at the front of the property, and this has a single key inside it. That's the key for the front door. Inside the property, usually somewhere in the utility or the kitchen, we site the larger 8 key box, and in this there's the keys to all of the bedrooms, cellar, back door, etc. This means that there's a full set of keys at the property for all of the doors in the property. This way we don't need to carry massive bunches of keys around with us wherever we go. Also, the cleaners, the handyman, etc. can all gain access to the property and rooms at any time without all of them having to be given sets of keys. It's also provided useful when we've needed to let a gas engineer or somebody else into the property at short notice, somebody outside of our power team. We check the contents of the key safes on a monthly basis when we do our property checks to make sure that no keys have been removed without being replaced. We don't do this as we feel it compromises the security of other tenants, but you could give the key safe code to a tenant if they'd lost their key and they needed to be let into the property. We've avoided doing this as we feel it only encourages the tenants not to be mindful of their keys and only invites endless 3 AM on a Saturday morning, I'm tearful and I've fallen out with my boyfriend phone calls saying that they need entry to the property. We run through our key policy with our tenants at check-in and make them sign to say that they agree to our key policy. This states that if they lose their keys during office hours, they can pop into the office and pick up a new key. If they lose their key outside of office hours, they must call our local handyman. Our handyman's got a full set of keys for all our properties. He will then drive over to the house out of hours and deliver a set of keys to them. This is at a cost of £40 and all of that money is kept by our handyman. This removes us entirely from the loop. If the tenant doesn't want to pay for the key, they can always ring the doorbell, be let in by one of their fellow tenants and sleep on the couch for the evening, picking up the key in the morning. Some people have told us that they've got concerns that somebody could access the keys in the key safe. However, the effort required to break into one of these locks would attract a lot of attention, and I'm sure it'd be a lot easier for a potential burglar to smash a window if they really wanted to get in. Our master set of keys and our spares are all kept in our office in a locked cabinet. Each key is tagged with a cheap little plastic tag, and we print the name of the property and the room onto it. These little holes here, they're ideal for hanging them on the hook in the cabinet. We do an audit every 3 months to check that we have sufficient stock of all the keys kept in our cabinet. We also brand all of our keys by using these cheap little Perspex window keyrings. We print off a paper tag and then place it inside the window. Yeah, looks quite professional, the tenants like it, and these things cost pennies to make. So that's it really. Keys can be a real pain if you let them be, especially as you grow your portfolio. However, if you follow our simple method, you can systemize your key policy and it will only cost you a few pounds. So to reiterate, the key points here are: number one, get your systems in place early. Start with your first property. You don't have to replace all the locks when you're taking over a property, but if you do, make sure that they're the thumb turn type so tenants can't lock themselves out of their rooms. Number three, use key safes to house a set of keys at the property. That way you can give the codes to somebody to let themselves into the property. Number four, find somebody who's willing to answer out of hours calls and be on call for replacing keys, and try and make this cost neutral for yourself. And number five, label all your keys and have them hanging up in a systematic order so you can find them quickly. So there we go, that's keys, that's how we do it. It's not the only way, but it works really well for us. As always with these videos, if you've got any questions, get in touch with either John or myself and we'd love to help you out. Or visit our website www.cookburgess.com, which has got lots of other videos like this and helpful hints and tips. Take care.